Hello, Harris parents. It's a great chance to be with you again. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. We always try to bring a little bit of information to you each time. I want to thank you right off the bat, before I say what I was going to mention today. We as a school have had a better month of December, and moving into January, students making better choices, less negative choices. So thank you for your students being great. Let's keep going on that pathway and keep doing great. Starting next week, we have something called MAP assessment. Our district gives that MAP assessment 3 times a year for math, science, and language arts. And the thing I love about this assessment is it gives us data as a school for us to look at here and now. So your teachers of your students look at that data and say, hey, how can I help this student? How can I help this student? And so they take it 3 times a year so we can see where they started and where they grew in January and where they grew by May. And so we will be sending home to you a copy of that assessment and where your students started out in the fall and where they are in January. And so I appreciate the information from this test. It helps us to know how we can help students. Would you please encourage your students to do their very best? We don't put pressure on students to say, oh, you got to do good on tests. But what we do say to them is just do your best. Always read a passage and do your best. You know, sometimes if a student sees a passage, oh, I don't want to read that, they just move to the bottom and click answers. Well, that doesn't help them, or it doesn't help us to be able to know how to help a student. We will also make changes to reading interventions and reading groups that students are in based on that information and that data. And as well as math and science, also look at making changes in their interventions based on that data. So all we ask to parents is, would you just talk to your students and encourage them to do their very best in that and in everything. We as a school in 2024 are encouraging all students to try their best on all things. In fact, we're going to be have a pizza and soda party at the end of trimester 2 for all students who get a 3 or higher on their life skills proficiency for their grade for work completion. And so let's work together on that. Thank you, parents. Please help your kids to get a good night's rest, and we sure appreciate working with your kids. They're awesome. Thank you.